Hey, welcome back to the show, guys. I'm very excited for our next guest.
I'm very excited. Actually, I was really excited by our last segment. That was really cool.
Very cool. A lot of information, and I like how Vera was like, no, that's incorrect, Travis. Let me correct you. He was keeping me on the ball, which I like.
Well, it's interesting how small ideas can turn into something so much bigger, and that's what I was so fascinated by with that segment. That was really cool. But shifting gears. We're talking, as much as we love our Mississauga talent, it's also important to inform our Mississauans of great talent coming into our community as well. So with us right now, we have some musicians who are going to be showing their stuff. I want to make sure I say this right. Can you say it for me? Because I'm going to say it wrong.
We've got Gramercy Riffs, and my buddy Adrian Collins is here. We went to university together.
So he knows a lot about these guys already.
I know tons about these guys. Adrian, introduce your folks here.
Well, my name is Adrian Collins. This is Lee Hanlon,
Hello,
lovely
Lee.
man, and Mara Pellerin, and we all play in the band together with Daniel Benoob and Jamie March as well. And you also know...
I also know Daniel. Yeah, this is very interesting. Now, you just flew in last night yourself from St. John's. You guys are all from East Coast, but you've got a strong connection to the community here in Mississauga. Tell us about it.
Well, when I was younger, my family, who circulate throughout Ontario regularly, spent a fair amount of time in Mississauga. And I used to come up here in the summers.
And you actually live in Mississauga.
Yes.
Yeah,
with my relatives.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for now.
I love how you add that in. It's like, not by myself. I don't have my own home.
No.
We get on our way. Well, it's tough being a musician. Huh? It's tough to make the money for it.
Yeah.
So you guys are in town. You're playing some shows while you're here, of course. Tell our viewers where they can check you out this week.
Well, we are playing tonight at El Macambo with All Day Driver.
Which are also our good friends
Which are
from the
also
East Coast.
friends of ours from the East Coast.
And a band called Flashlight Radio.
Flashlight Radio.
That's amazing.
Okay, now we want to talk music, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the music and what kind of musical style are you guys? I know we're going to take a listen to a sample in a
You
second.
know that's my least favorite question to ask musicians.
Oh, yeah?
It happens every time we get people on the show.
Because they're like, we don't really
I don't like to
have a musical
categorize.
style.
Well, it's tough to put
easier to
yourself
give
in a
info.
category.
Adrian, categorize.
I'm going to categorize this music right now.
All right.
It is heartbreak nostalgia pop.
I like it.
Done and done.
There
I
you go.
love it. That's great. Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah.
of heartbreak that
Oh.
inspires
Tons of
music quite
heartbreak.
often.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
it's a band of it's a seasonal band. So it's, I would say no. We're all over the place. We live everywhere.
Yeah,
so,
no, you're in Saga, as I mentioned. You're in
I'm the East Coast
you're the East
representative.
Coast representative. You guys are a
Take it
couple.
from all over.
Yeah.
Tell us
That's
how
how
did
bands
you
started.
two?
how did it all connect? How did you guys all
How
come
did
together?
you?
I was living in Germany for school,
Yeah.
and
I was still in St. John's.
And-
And we'd always, like, he'd played in bands before, and I'm a classical musician as well, and so we always kind of like, ever since we were together, we always wanted to write songs and make a band, and then when he finally moved away for a while, like, kind of just came together, we wrote a
Through
bunch
email.
of songs, like,
Yeah.
So is that part of the
Individually.
heartbreak? Just the hurtful heart, you're too far away.
distance and
The
relationships.
separation, obviously.
Separation
Yeah.
And how did
anxiety.
you involve this guy? How did you get involved, Adrian?
Well, I've known Lee and Mara a long time. They were involved in a different band.
Yeah.
About 5-6 years ago.
5 years ago.
And I had my band, and we got to know each other through that. And then eventually he came and joined my band. And then when
Yeah, I
Lee
broke the other band up, so I
he
could
broke
join
the other
his
band up.
Yeah.
And
It
then
was the Yoko. Okay.
he did. But then he told me he had his own project, and I always thought Lee was really talented. And he said that he and Mary had been working on some songs, and then he played me one of them, and I campaigned immediately to get on board. It was like,
There you go.
sign me up, and
He hasn't seen a cent yet.
I had
It's in history.
never a penny.
We've got some photos that we're going to take a look at you guys performing. There's a promo photo of you guys.
Yes,
There's
that's,
Daniel in there as well.
That's Daniel over on the right-hand side there, and Jamie in the middle.
You're looking tough there. I have to say.
I'm
with
ready
that
to
chain link
fight.
fence.
I'm looking past
I think
these
Jamie's
guys.
trying
I
to
see
get a bit
somebody.
close with.
Jamie's a little
Oh, that's
fresh.
cool.
Now,
That's
Adrian,
funny.
I want to ask you about how you really connect with your fans, because I know you've got a MySpace page. You utilize the internet like most bands these days are doing, and you connect with fans across the country, including here in Mississauga. And you got a big South Asian base as well, don't you?
We do well. I mean, that's the best thing about having a band on the go these days in the internets era with
Yes.
the interweaves and these sorts of things, that you just really get a sense of who's listening to your music. I mean, particularly on Facebook and things like this, you get to know everybody, and they're sending you messages telling, oh, come to Mississauga, play, come here, and they just like the style of our music, and maybe not this summer, but next summer we're going to do an Ontario tour. And I would like to propose that we begin and end it
on daytime.
On daytime, and then carry through Mississauga the entire.
Well, of course, the internet is a great way to stay connected, but it's also a great way to create fans at a fan base. Again, you mentioned that you're from the East Coast, and we have a lot of viewers who are enticing you to come to our community. What kind of relationships do you have with these people? And you want to give them those shows as much as you can, but it can be hard to go across the country all the time.
Yeah. Canada's a hard country to tour in.
It's just so large.
Large, right?
So how are you getting around? How are you staying connected?
Well, I mean,
well, we make money when we can, like with the shows, and we just kind of like fund it right back into the band, like
That's
to
how this
fly
guy
people
got here.
here,
And I
and
know
like
you guys
bus
got-
tickets and renting cars.
they flew me to Hamilton.
Here's a funny story. Can you tell them the story about how you got here last night? Because this flight got canceled.
Well, I was supposed to arrive yesterday morning
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock. Had a beautiful day planned with Travis and hanging out and doing all these lovely things. And so at 3:30 in the morning, the airline called me, canceled the flight.
They didn't
Nothing
have the
they can
star
do.
navigation system. Probably.
Did not have the star navigation -.com. What was his name? I don't know.
So,
You were listening. That's
I
very
was
good.
very interested.
You were
I'm very
listening.
interested. I wanted to come in. I wanted to sit on that one instead of this one. I'm very interested about the
But
black.
tell them how you got on the plane.
Well, so I called them up when I woke up because they said the flight was canceled, nothing else leaving that day. I called them up. I say, listen, is there anything you can do? I don't want to chance this tomorrow because that would have been today. The show's tonight. If I didn't get in this morning, it wouldn't have happened. And they said, well, listen, there's nothing we can really do. And I said, I am scheduled to appear on a television program, a very big television program, tomorrow morning. And they said, we'll see what we can do.
on daytime tomorrow. And they, I'm just saying, they got him on the
I
plane.
said, do not make me have Travis Danraj.
Yeah.
Call me. And then they said, we can get you to Hamilton. And then Travis drove out.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
to Hamilton.
Well, daytime's got hookups, I guess.
Listen,
so.
daytime's got hookups. So
we're
if you
okay.
can't get on your plane, maybe use the daytime card. That might work. We're gonna take a listen to some of your music right now. We got a couple of samples here, so let's take a listen.
This is quite romantic, hard to break.
Very romantic. What song? What track is this right here? Long intro to it.
This is a song that Dee sings, and Mara also sings. They take turns.
I'll sing as well.
I walked around my room last night, trying to talk you down, trying to change.
That's good. Yeah. So it is very.
But they build up.
soulful.
It's very rocking as well, though. I mean.
So you guys are gonna rock the house tonight.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
big
gonna be a
time.
great
We're-
show. We're really
My
excited.
favorite
to
part
play.
of that was when he went for the singing and he went bringing in. Of course, your show is tonight at the Alma Combo Reeling Point. I'm gonna go check that out tonight.
Yes, please do. You are lovely, by the way. You should
Thank
definitely
you.
make it out.
Thanks for making
I
it
know
today.
big producer Greg Denny's gonna be there as
Oh
well.
yes, my producer Greg Denny is going to be in town as well.